So let's talk about a huge puzzle in the world of AI right now. Companies are pouring millions of pounds into the most amazing technology, but a lot of the time, the results just aren't there. Yeah, we're going to dive into this hidden roadblock that has absolutely nothing to do with code. This is the question that's probably keeping a lot of leaders up at night. You've got the budget, you've got the best software, the smartest people on your team. So why do so many of these AI and automation projects just kind of stall out, or worse, completely fail to deliver on their promise? Well, the answer is probably not what you think it is. And there it is, the big reveal. The single biggest reason for success or failure isn't your fancy algorithm or your data setup. Nope, it's your team's mindset. Look, it's the people, the human element, the culture that's going to decide if your big AI plans take off or just fizzle out. And see, this isn't some vague, fuzzy, abstract problem. It has very, very real consequences. Just think about it for a second. All it takes is one person, maybe a respected senior person on the team, who's a little bit scared or resistant. They start planting these little seeds of doubt. And before you know it, that doubt can grind an entire project to a halt. You see, this is where the shiny new tech runs smack into human nature. Okay, so if culture's the problem, how in the world do you fix something that feels so, soft? Well, you have to start by measuring it. So let's look at a framework that's designed to take this kind of fuzzy idea of culture and make it something you can actually see and track. Say hello to the ACE metric. It stands for AI culture and engagement. Honestly, the best way to think about it is like a vital sign, like taking your organization's pulse to see how ready it is for change. This isn't about how good your tech is. It's all about how ready your people are to actually use it. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. This chart basically turns a vibe into a number. A low score down in that 0 to 30% range, that feels like resistance. It's a wall of fear and negativity. But a high score over 70%, that's energy, that's excitement. That's when people are actually coming to you asking, hey, what can we try next? This gives you a really clear target to aim for. So you might be wondering, where do most companies start on this scale? Right here, below 50%. So if you're looking at your own team and seeing a lot of skepticism or, some mixed feelings, you are not alone. This is pretty much the default setting. It's the normal starting point for this whole journey. And the reason that starting score is so low, well, it almost always comes down to fear. Plain and simple. The fear of being replaced, the fear of not being able to learn the new skills, just the fear of the unknown. So if you want to raise your ACE score, you have to tackle these very real, very human fears directly. Okay, so we've diagnosed the problem using the ACE metric. That's great. But now what? Now we need the prescription. So let's walk through what's called the culture playbook. Look, it's a super actionable plan designed to systematically get that score moving up. Now, the goal here isn't some massive, complicated, multi-year transformation strategy. No, it's way simpler and frankly, way more powerful than that. It is all about creating small, visible wins, things people can see, because that visible proof is what builds belief. And that belief is what makes it normal and even cool for people to get involved. And this is the core loop, the heartbeat of the whole playbook. It's a simple, repeatable rhythm. First, you make all the progress visible with a scoreboard. Then you pick a small project that'll have a big impact. You get it done, you document how it works, and then, this part is crucial, you tell the story of that success. Then you just do it again. You see, it's this cycle that builds real momentum. So step one, the whole process kicks off with total transparency. A simple one-page scoreboard that everybody can see. It tracks your ACE score, maybe hours saved or errors that have been reduced. When people can actually see the numbers moving in the right direction with their own eyes, that's when belief really starts to take root. All right, the real engine of this playbook is something called a QWIP, a quick win implementation project. The keys here are that it's small, you can get it done in under a month, and this is the most important part, it removes drudge work. You don't start with some crazy, ambitious moonshot project. You start by giving people back the most boring, repetitive, soul-crushing parts of their day. And this is how you make a win actually stick. You have to tell its story, not with a bunch of complex jargon, but in simple before and after terms. Like before, our team spent 2 hours every single day just manually typing in invoice data, and it was super easy to make mistakes. After, our new AI tool grabs that data in minutes, and the team now focuses on the important stuff. That simple story is 1,000 times more powerful than any corporate memo. So along with the playbook, here are a few other really powerful things you can do. First, change the conversation. It's not about job replacement, it's about drudgery removal. Have honest, open conversations. Invest in training your people, and make AI a totally normal part of your weekly team meetings. It's all about demystifying this stuff and making it part of the routine. So let's put all the pieces together. You start by figuring out where you stand. You diagnose your cultural readiness with your ACE score. Then you apply the prescription, the culture playbook, to build trust and create real momentum, one quick win at a time. And the best part, this doesn't have to take ages. This is a real tangible plan for your first 30 days. Within just 1 month, you can go from kicking things off to having a live project with a success story that you can share with everyone. That kind of speed is what turns skepticism into curiosity and curiosity into genuine engagement. So here's the most important takeaway from all of this. It is so easy to look at a resistant culture and just see it as a roadblock, an obstacle you have to get over. But a much better way to look at it is like a battery. It might be running low right now, but it holds a massive amount of potential energy. The playbook, well, that's how you charge it. So we'll leave you with this one question to think about. Right now in your company, is your culture an asset that's going to speed up your AI adoption? Or is it an anchor weighing you down and holding you back? The great news is you now have a playbook to start changing that answer. Now, if you'd like to dive deeper into AI culture and engagement in your business, head over to Phicient.com. And if you would like us to deliver this as a training workshop for your team, drop us an email at training@Phicient.com.